In it to win it.
Yes, 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 yes. We are so in it to so win it. Welcome, 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 everyone from a wonderful weekend, I believe. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's always an exciting thing to come here, to commune together, to know that we are working for a greater cause, a cause that is larger than ourselves. So thank you guys so much. How are you? How was your weekend? Mine was it was exciting, and it was really exciting in a different way. So, but all in all, we are here. My phone was the problem. To go for 2 days without your phone, which the phone is our mobile computer, it was not easy. But guess what? Everything happens for a good reason. So I got a new one, and but I'm still trying to figure out everything too. as you know, when you get new things, you have to take the time to figure things out so you don't break something again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep trying. So thank you guys so much for being here. I was happy. My weekend went well. I cooked a lot, and I'm going to be bringing some of the videos. I cooked more so, especially because my son was returning to school. It was a hectic weekend, but thank God that we did that, and he helped me. We figure out the phones to buy the best, and so you know what? We always have helpers around us, and everything happens for a good reason. I'm glad. Look at my phone. Look at the color. Look at the cover.
Wow. Very nice.
Yes, very nice. So thank you guys so much. We are here because we know what we have been commissioned to do. We know that
Yes.
our CEO has been chosen, has been anointed and appointed to take the greatest of missions to the entire world to help humanity, to uplift them in all sectors of the economy, especially the young children. And we are just so happy. Sometimes I get tired, but when I think about it, the tiredness goes away because time, a minute gone, can never be recalled. Let us take advantage of these moments. This moment with Unpassive, with Mr. Ash Mufarada, we came through this route. Whatever you put in, that's exactly what you're going to get. But for me, I'm going to put in all the excitement. I'm going to put in the biggest of dreams because that's who God loved. God loved the biggest dreamers in the world. And God will continue to fulfill that dream. So I always like to begin with little quotes that I love to write or I take from other people. Life, as it is full of disappointments, failures, and setbacks. But in these moments, they are successes as well if we deeply search our minds for the good. Nothing in life is permanent. And none of the challenging times can stop you from reaching your highest potential except what you constantly tell yourself. There is
Mm-hmm.
nothing as powerful as a made up mind. Surround yourself with people that see the greatness within you and who constantly remind you of your greatness as a reflection of their greatness and who support you in the greatest ways possible. No one situation or circumstances can define who you are except yourself and the one who created you, the Almighty God. Giving up is not an option, not at least for me, Yvonne Mundih. Believe in the impossible. Why? Because we serve an impossible God. It is not over until I win, in the words of my mentor, Mr. Les Brown. So it's not over until we win. And even our CEO says that I am here to either do it or I die. And that means we are in it to win it, and give up is not an option. That is the
Yeah.
last thing. And the last thing, only when we are not breathing anymore. And I believe in that. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Not giving up. Never. So we are in the series O-Academy Revolution Part 82. And the theme is the seeds of success in every nation of the world are best planted in and by young women. Do you agree? Women in general, right? And it should be for everybody. But in this case here, we are here in the month of International Women History Month. And so we're going to focus on that. And when it comes to our boys, we focus on that. And then we just blend these two together. Things begin to happen that you don't even ever imagine. So it is very, very important. So now, Women History Month, like I said, we're focusing on women and young girls. And the essence here is to bring out those women that are doing things that the world does not see, they don't recognize, because they don't actively include or search for these women and these young girls to see what they are doing. And One Global Movement is here to do just that. We're going to be actively looking for women and young girls. And of course, both boys and girls. We are not going to leave behind anybody. But in this case, we are celebrating women. So, personally, I think the potential for success exists in people of all genders. And empowering young women is indeed crucial for progress and success of any society. It exists in everyone. But if we empower women, it plays a very big role in the success and growth of every society. From our parents, our mothers in particular, that when young women are given equal opportunities in terms of education, employment, leadership roles, they can indeed contribute significantly to their communities and nations and the global economy. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Begin to put your thoughts in there, because when you look around, you think about your mother. What was your mother doing? And education here, like I always repeat, it mustn't just be classroom education or formal education. Education nowadays comes in different formats, away from the standardized way of education that the governments and institutions of the world have implemented. Now we know that you can get quality education even from our platform on passive, and which we are already getting, because I have learned so much from the University of On Passive that no classroom has ever taught me, and in different fields that I so yearned for, that I never had, and now I am having them. And so education, be proud of yourself. Don't look at somebody with a PhD or somebody with a master's degree or a bachelor's degree and think, oh, that person is more than me. They're not more than you. You just put it in your head that they're more than you. You can learn a trade and be such a masterpiece at your trade that even the PhD holder cannot measure up with you. It is in your mindset. So, education is for everyone. Look at what we are doing here in On Passive. There are so many people who don't know how to read and write, but guess what they are doing? They have so much immersed themselves to learn these artificial intelligence, and they're using the products and they're using it so well. I think a lot of the education is kinesthetic, which means you learn by doing, by seeing and doing it with your own hands. That is the most important education for me, according to me. Because if you just talk to people and you're not doing it for them to see it and also copy, that is not an education. So investing in the development of women and young girls not only benefit them individually, but also leads to broader societal advancement and economic growth. So while I strongly agree that empowering young women and women is necessary and essential, I also believe it's part of a larger effort to empower all individuals to reach their fullest potential. Very important. So we are here for that. And anything short of that, that's not what One Global Movement is doing. And things that concern humans, particularly our children, it takes time. It takes constant, consistent effort. It takes love. It takes purity. It takes humility. It takes the fear of God. And that's what we are doing. Especially, we see these things being mirrored in our CEO. And so this is exactly what we're doing, because we all are here. We are descendants of Unpassive, whether we like it or not, because if not of Unpassive, we will not be here. And so we want to continue to put our hands together for Mr. Ash Mufara and his family and the engineers and all of us here who have decided to come together to make the world a better place, whether it's for a female child or a male child. We want to make it better. And of course, you cannot make it better for children without making it better for the parents and the adults. So these are very important. There is no other life that is out of what we are doing here. If we truly put our good hearts and put our minds to it, we will get out of this what we put in. And so for me, I am determined, and this is the only thing that I will do until I die. And I am determined to do this, because to him whom much has been given, much more is required. I have too much, too much. When I think about it, I am like, but who am I? Why? And so I am bound to give back in every way possible, but do it the right way and following the spiritual intervention and following the laws of the society and the country, and especially following the laws of Mr. Ashmufare, because his laws are divinely written. And so
Yes.
that's what we are here for. So, what is the importance of education to women and children? We've been saying this, but we can say it in different ways so that we all can understand it in different ways. First of all, empowerment. We all know that education is power. When you have an education, it doesn't matter whether you are a mechanic, you go and learn mechanic to do that. You learn how to cook, or you learn how to do laundry, or you learn how to do a lot of things, you know. So education is power, very powerful. So, and education equips women and young girls with knowledge, skills, and confidence that they so badly need in today's world, badly need in today's world. There's a lot of things that are embedded in today's world that they need this education, while enabling them to make informed decisions about their lives, their bodies, their careers, their families, health, and what have you. A lot of things. When you educate somebody, they will make an informed decision, and they will do better. It empowers them to pursue their aspirations, their goals, and their dreams, and break from societal constraints of saying, no, you cannot do this. This wasn't meant for you. No, you belong to the lower class. No, I am in the upper class. No, you come from a poor family. Poverty is of the mind. It is of the mind. Everything that we do is of the mind. So you can. I am determined that I will be the very first child in my family, followed by my son, to break the cycle of poverty, illiteracy, hunger, abuse. And that is why I am doing this. And nobody can stop me, because I made up my mind long time ago to do it, because my life was saved by others. And so I need to do it for others. And while I'm talking, I'm going to be looking at my phone here, because we are in the age of high technology. I think one of our own, Esther, just called me. Maybe she's finding difficulties to get the link. I'm just wondering, Sister Yvonne, do you have Esther's number by chance? No? Laugh.
I
Okay.
don't have it handy. I don't. Well,
That's okay. I am going to send her the flyer now. I think that's what she's calling me for. I
did you get a? Did you
um
find it?
yes, I find
You
the
found the
flyer.
number?
No, I will just forward the flyer to her.
Okay. All
I
right.
think that's what she did, but I don't have the panelist link. I think you sent me the flyer without the panelist link.
No, not for today. I never did. You asked me to send them all together when I sent them one after the other. So I
Oh,
can.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. What am I doing here? Let me go to the topics. So sorry, guys. We need
Yeah.
to
Well.
bring in our own.
Yes. Of course.
Okay. What did you? Oh, you sent it to me privately. Okay, I got it.
Well,
I
that's
got
the
it.
only
I
way.
got it.
Yep.
I got it. Esther, I'm going to send it to you now. Don't worry. Okay, I'll
Mm-hmm.
send it to Esther now. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys for your patience. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
very important. So, number two, economic opportunities. We have around us economic opportunity. We don't need to look. We are all surrounded by economic opportunities. But what we need is the education and the mindset to really get these resources. How
Yes.
is this so? Because when I look around, I say people say, "Oh, I'm going to buy corn," and I'm like, "But what can I do with my own land behind my home here?" I start to grow those things. But can I just do it? No, you have to be able to, you educated, because I was educated by my grandmother and my mother to do those things. And that is why it's so easy for me to do them. But you who has never been taught, or you don't even grow up seeing your parents do those things, you will not be able to do them. So economic opportunities are some of the ways that we can educate our young women and women and everyone. Education not only opens so many doors of opportunity or economic opportunities, including better job prospects and higher income, it also enables women and young girls to have the knowledge and skills they need to establish their own organizations and become CEOs of major corporations, and also to lead their homes and their children in great ways. So educated women are more likely to participate in the workforce and contribute to the economic growth of their communities and nations. I hope Sister Yvonne is okay.
I'm good.
Okay. So another way is when you educate women or young girls, they are more likely to help themselves, especially help their health situation and their overall well-being. Educated women and young girls tend to have better health outcomes for themselves and their families. They are more likely to seek health care services, make healthier choices, and have access to information about reproductive health and childcare. This is so important because we see in some cultures, they give away the girls at a very young age to marry. Imagine if we educate these girls, will they accept to get married at that age? No. They will already understand the side effects of getting married below the age of 18. Because when you're not fully developed, you get married, it comes with a lot of health challenges, such as obstetric fistula, which affect young girls that get into marriages and have babies without fully being developed. So when a girl is educated, they will know that, you know what, I'm not yet at that age to even marry, let alone to get pregnant and have a baby. They will postpone that until they are mature enough to be able to make that decision, healthy decision for themselves. So this is very important. And we are trying to discourage this, especially in societies where they prey on young women, especially those ones that when a child is born, they're already giving that child away into marriage to a very old man. Imagine that kind of situation. And even here in developed countries where sex trafficking becomes a big deal here in developed countries. So we want to be able to educate them, because then they will know the difference between true love or somebody just trying to lure them into things that are unhealthy for them. Let me answer Esther. Hello. Yes. No. The time is the same. It's never changed.
Yeah, because we were starting, you were sitting at my 5 o'clock, which is your, the time went down by 1 hour for me. It's 6 here now.
Yeah, we started at 1, right at the top of the hour. No, we are on now. I send you the link. So just meet me in and then we can talk here.
I told it before. You did it before.
That's why I send you the link again. No, we are right in here. I don't know why it's showing that though. So, but just meet us here, okay? So that I don't keep the people waiting. All right, thank you. I think she's having some trouble with the time again, but we'll figure that out after. So thank you guys. Sorry about that. So now they are more likely to seek healthcare services, make healthier choices, and have access to information about reproduction or reproductive health and childcare, and not having to abandon their children either to the TV or to a daycare that don't take care of their children. They have to be involved in how their children are being catered for. So it's only education that can help them to make these healthy decisions. And we have for societal development. Education promotes gender equality and social justice by challenging stereotypes and discrimination, challenging a lot of the other things that go against women and young girls. We know that, and they're every day. And sometimes you see people telling a young girl, tarnishing their self-image by saying, you're too fat. You're too fat. And they want you to behave like the way society wants you to behave. Instead of telling a girl you're too fat, we can say something about then. If you tell an educated girl that they're too fat, they know who they are. They know their self-worth. and they're not going to even give ear to those kind of things. So education is very important. We want them to value themselves, that they were created by Almighty God for the same purpose like the other people. So no matter who tells them what, they're not going to listen. They're going to know that, you know what, I was born with greatness. I was born to do something great. I wasn't just born for somebody to tell me if I'm fat or tiny or whatever, you know. I was born for greatness and born to know that I may not have gotten into a classroom, but I'm still highly educated because I was educated for social development, or in social development, in economic development, and so I can do these things. Our parents in the village, look at those women, because society has relegated them to the background. These are women that are builders. They never went to school. They are feeding the economy economically. They are doing a lot of great things. But because they didn't go to school, we tend to look down on them. But they are actually those who are building the economy more than anyone else. So we want to begin to bring these women out to make sure that the world recognizes what they are doing, because classroom education is not what defines everybody. There are different kinds of education, especially education from our parents, right? Family and community impact. Educated women and young girls play crucial role in nurturing and educating future generations. You see, this is very important. When you are educated, you are apt to educate your own children and other children in your community. They are more likely to invest in their own children's education and their children's education. Why not up to a million generation? Just like what Mr. Ashbufara is building this thing for posterity. It's going to be here forever, you know, leading to intergenerational benefits and breaking the circle of poverty. Like me, I made a decision before I even before I even went to school that I'm going to get married, send my children to school so that we will break the circle of illiteracy and poverty in my family. And so I took that step very seriously. I sent my son, make sure you know the kind of schools that you're sending your children to, not just to any kind of school, you know. You need to send your children to the best school. You need to get involved in your children's education. They need to see your face over and over, dropping your children off to school, saying hello to the teachers, getting involved to make sure that it's your child or your children asking the right questions to the teachers, so they know you as the parents or the caregivers of these children. Don't abandon your children, because those are your children, because that education should have started first from home. And so now they take it to school, especially the moral aspect of education. So I took the oath before God and man that my son and I will be the very first to break the circle of illiteracy, poverty, lack, squalor, dirt, and in our family. And we are doing just that, because when you do that, you are apt to help another person. If you don't do that, what are you going to help another child with? You have to, first of all, do it for yourself, just like our CEO says, empower yourself first. If you don't empower yourself, don't waste your time that you're helping another person. You will end up not getting the help that you need, and you cannot even continue to help that person. So this is very, very important. And we are working on that every day. That's what we are working on in Unpassive. And of course, also here in One Global Movement. So global development, the education of women and young girls is essential for achieving sustainable development goals, including poverty reduction, improve health, and gender equality. Investing in young girls and women in their education yields significant returns for individuals, communities. Oh, Esther is here. Esther is here. Sorry, Esther. I said, oh, Esther is here. So, and returns for individual communities and nations. So I'm just going to name a few women, because it will not be fair when we talk about the education of the woman and young girls without really naming important women that have done great things that the world is benefiting from, and young girls who are even doing things right now. Some of them might not be anymore, but they are doing it. And of course, we, the women of Unpassive, we have to begin with ourselves. And even the woman that gave birth to Mr. Ashmufara, we need to begin with her. And it's we have it around us. If you don't, you do not represent your area, if you do not show gratitude, because you didn't just get here by yourself, your mothers, your aunties, they did something for you. And these are the kind of things that we are talking about, not the one that the media is showing. Hey, pay attention, but here, don't pay attention here. This is the truth of life, that we're living life naturally. Our mothers have done things to us, and together with our fathers, of course, before we are able to be here. If Mr. Ashmufara's parents or mother did not invest in him, I bet you he will never have realized the dream that God put in him. And because he did that, they did that to him. Now he's doing it for us. And we are doing the same. So we need to really congratulate our mothers and begin to really appreciate them and put them on the limelight. It starts from home. You cannot go and be appreciating other people without starting in your own. I appreciate my grandmother a lot. I always talk about my grandmother because that is my first line of education and defense and investment is my grandmother, and then my mother, and then my village. These are women that did it from scratch. Those are those we are looking for, to really elevate them so that they can continue to do more and teach us this lifelong investment style that we are forgetting about them. So these are the kind of people, and thank God that we are doing. And we always, this little girl, like our sister always say, my little girl, Malila. This lady has done too much.
Yes.
You know, a little girl that escaped assassination just because of a culture that does not want an education for the young girl, but they choose for you to go marry. And who wrote these laws? God did not write these laws. These laws are written by the society. The men who want to suppress women, I'm really sorry to say that, I'm not being biased, but we know the truth. If you think about your mother, what your mothers went through is the same thing. We want to be able to try to eradicate these things because Unpassive is here with all these high ethical product that we can use. Not to use them, we have no excuse to give. So it's so important. Malala is a Pakistani activist for female education.
Yep.
And the youngest Nobel Prize laureate, the youngest Nobel Prize laureate. She advocates for girls' education worldwide and has founded the Malala Fund to support this cause. You see that? And I'm going to find the Mundih fund to support young girls' education. Well, God gave me a boy, but guess what? I'm supporting every child. But we are focusing on the girl, right? We focus on the one that is on the disadvantage. So this is very important. And then we have somebody like Marie Curie, a pioneering physicist and a chemist. Marie Curie was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and remains the only person to have won Nobel Prizes in two different scientific fields, physics and chemistry. Imagine, just imagine that. Physics and chemistry. And do we hear them? Do we hear them on TV? Do they really show them like that? No. They want to relegate them to the background because of the stereotype of being a woman, gender inequality, which is what we are fighting to eliminate here. And then we have Rosalind Franklin. Her work was critical to the understanding of the structure of DNA. Understanding the structure. You and I, we are made up of our DNA. But first of all, our DNA is made up from the one who created us. So that nobody has to pollute us and say, you can't be this, you can't be that, because you can be anything that you decided to be, because God has given each and every one of us a choice. Not to do it, we are failing. So I want every young person, every little girl to listen. Do not listen to the lies that people are telling you that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. Because yes, you can. You can do the impossible. Why? Because you were created by an impossible God that wants you to dream the biggest dream in the world. Like me, sometimes my dream frightens me. You think I'm not scared? I'm scared since from little. I'm like, and because they tell me, who do you think you are? You're poor. Your parents, your mother, your grandmother is poor. How are you going to do this? I'm sure the people are watching me now and saying, but they're still saying, what is the money? Because they want to take from you. But guess what? We are already wealthy here. and it's going to just continue. So although she did not receive recognition, Rosalind Franklin, although she never received recognition during her lifetime, her X-ray, the fraction images of DNA were crucial to the discovery of its double helix structure. So we have a lot of women. So I'm just going to let our panelists here share their contribution, because these are always big topics that we can never treat them all at once. That's why we have to treat them. Welcome, Brother Kumar. Welcome, Esther. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
Let's
you.
go ahead and just share your contributions, because this is so significant. This is what is going to elevate our young girls in particular, and women that are so pushed to the background. Thank you.
Well, in the topic, you have a question, right? It says, the seeds of success in every nation in the world is best planted in and by a young woman. And do you agree? And yes, I agree, because as you've always been saying, women are the multipliers. So you really can't help the woman without helping the entire family, probably even the entire generation, right? Yes. It says empowering young women has a ripple effect on families, communities, and economies. When young women are educated and economically empowered, they tend to turn around and invest in their families' well-being. And they bring that knowledge to their families as well, because they're also the caregivers more time than any, including healthcare, education for their children. And this leads to intergenerational benefits and sustainable development, which is the most important part. Yes. We can't just be stopping and starting. We want this education, this information that women gather to help the entire place where they live, right? Even when the people grow up and leave the home, they go with that education, that information, that knowledge, and it's planted elsewhere. So I believe that one of the most effective things about this is the multiplier effect for women. That's my contribution for now.
Thank you so much. Yep, that's a belief. They don't just do it for themselves, they do it for everyone. And it's just a natural part of life. It's not like somebody has to determine it unless you really don't want to do it for others, which you can grow yourself. You can never be happy. It's very important. So Esther, your turn.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Yvonne Mundih. And thank you, Sister Yvonne Finn, for your contribution on this interesting topic. The seeds of success in every nation of the world are best planted in by young women. Do you agree? Of course I agree. Where do I start? And where will I stop? We know that the women are the engine of this world. We know that without women, there will be no existence of human beings. When a woman is pregnant, that child in the womb, the woman will start nurturing that child from the womb. The behaviors, the character traits that the woman portrays, the way you act, the way you feel, that is going into that child. By the time you bring that child out to the earth, from day one, that child is looking up to you. You are looking down, carrying the child on your laps, and the child is looking up, watching your face. Every facial expression from the woman, the child is getting it. Children learn through observations. You would not have a child and be teaching that child to do something right when you yourself, you are not doing things right. You will not have any moral justification to caution that child when the child starts going the other way. So it is a very important thing that we women, we should realize that whatever we instill in a child from day one is what that child will bring out, is what that child will produce. You cannot sow a grape and expect to get a sweet corn. That will not happen. If we want to continue to make this world a better place for every child, for every youth, for we adults. I will encourage every woman to start, even if you are getting it wrong. At least let this topic today be a wake-up call for you to start doing things right. That God gave everybody the sense to know what is wrong and what is right. You would not say in isolation that I did not know that. Girls, baby girls, grow faster and develop faster than the men. Science has proved it. Even without teaching a baby girl or a child, a young girl, the do's and the don'ts and the rights and the wrongs, as the child grows up on their own, they develop that sense of knowing what is right and what is wrong. So there is nothing in isolation that a woman can say, nobody taught me this or nobody taught me that. We are teachers of our own. So I will encourage every woman, no matter your age, before you had a baby. Once you have a baby, your senses are wide. Those senses that were not developed by the time you get pregnant, as soon as you have that baby, they will all get developed. You will start nurturing and teaching that child the best way of life. There is no excuse. Please, let's all wake up as women and do the right thing so that our world we live in, our society we live in, will become a better place for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Much.
Thank you so much. Our king, Brother Divya, is here. Thank you so much, Brother Divya. How are you feeling today? I know you have a flu, like us here in the United States. Looks like it's the season for it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you that you have given me such a very beautiful opportunity. And this topic is really very awesome. And why it's so? The very simple reason behind. Because everything or anything in this world, especially the human beings, can be, come into this earth through the woman. So what you have picked today, rightly you have pointed out that woman, especially the young woman, is the cause of making the whole world. And when you have added the word success of any nation or any, not only a nation, because we are not going to, restrict or geographically, but even if you look at that, if a man who is doing anything good, he has brought through the woman. So absolutely, this is a very significant thing. We cannot devalue the importance of our own mother, because we all must have our own mother. Through that, we can come into this earth. So naturally, she is the best and foremost important person in anyone's life.
Yes.
And when we talk about to the education of the young girl, then after the woman, everything, because all the families are constructed like that with the help of lady. So ladies are always having importance. And as per the success ratio is concerned, so it depends on the ethical values, it depends on the educational appetite, and a lot more depends on that what we have taught since childhood. And as you have, mentioned all those things, I'm very much agree with all the opinions and points what you have brought in front of us. And believe me, this is the only way of evolving and cultivating the cultural heritage as well as to the growth of the economy and the nation or even the globe. So, this is really very important because it is the responsibility of not only a few person like Dr. Yvonne, but it is the responsibility of all the human beings because we unanimously can do a dramatic change in this world. But anyone who suppose that the impact may be very effective, but it is not possible to change overall the whole world. So, as you have pointed, that what is the role of the young lady or the young woman? It's bigger than our thought because right from the childhood or even before the childhood, when any person is to be get born, it is always important that what the ethical principles we are actually infilled to our mind through the education it comes. So we cannot deny the importance of that. And all these things are comes when we just create the kind of a positive aura or the positive environment. And that positivity is very much important. And I believe that you, especially in this particular, program, One Global Movement, is creating, cultivating, and even it evolving day by day. Because I don't know that from where this much of a multicolored and multi-specialities topics you just get and
Yeah.
talk upon that matter. It's not easy, believe me,
Thank you.
because every day you're having something different. And equally, it is very much important to understand, to imbibe that how to react with that.
Yes.
Because if you look at all those points, so I'm always wondering sometimes that, oh my goodness, how Dr. Yvonne could produce this much of thought process, because every day she's bringing something new. And believe me, I have never ever thought that it is not relevant.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very much relevant to the each and every common person, especially the young lady, because you have such a great assets, I must say, not only to us but to the whole world. So that kind of positivity towards to the how to serve the society in a unanimous manner is always great thing. I'm not just boasting you. Please don't feel like
I,
I'm not boasting you,
I know.
because this is
Yeah,
the
you're on
reality what I'm
point.
thinking.
You're on point.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And
Thank you.
but the main thing is that this much of variety, is it possible? If you say to me personally
Uh,
that okay,
brother,
I'm
thank
assigning
you
this
so much.
thing.
Thank you so much. I'm laughing because this question has been asked by several people that how is it that You are doing this. Every day you're
I
talking
just,
about how do you
I
take it?
just, raised
My
my
mom asked
hand and just surrendered to you that
me,
no, no,
my
no,
mom
I
asked
don't have this much of,
my mom asked me, how is it that what side of the stomach did you come from?
and
That's what my mom asked. Is it from this side or this side? Because I don't see anybody in our family that is talking like you. You say, how do you, and you're reading this book, then you read the other one. How are you going to distinguish between this one? So she keeps
I feel,
asking me.
you know, sometimes what sometimes I feel that uh, you are, everywhere you're just trying to pick the points that which point will be suitable to which day. And accordingly, I think just you adorn all those, backgrounds
Uh-huh.
and
No,
and
here's what I
make it,
do. This is what I do. My life
it is
history.
a, it is
My life.
definitely a very uphill task, very uphill
Yes.
task.
Yes. For me, it's not a task anymore because when you are speaking from the point of authenticity, when you're speaking from the point of being natural, you're speaking from your life experience.
Mhm.
And as you travel, as you read, you travel, you walk in places, you realize that your life story is almost like people have their own life story in your own life story. So
Yeah.
now it is so easy for me to just come out. I bet you it's that by the grace of God, because not me. Because I would just sit and something just comes to me. I write it down. I have a book close to my bed. That's how my topics come. I don't take them from anywhere. Because of my life experiences, that's what I do. And it's only God who created me this way because from little, I'm not just talking from Sunday school. I'll be the one to be talking and I'll be the one to be doing this because of my life experience. When you go through something, the things come to you naturally, so it's just like what is coming naturally to Mr. Ashmufara. Not everybody can do what Mr. Ashmufara is doing. Not anybody has ever done it to take upon the world to try to transform and change the world for the better. God knows why he is the one, and it can only go, he's the only one who can do that. And there are people here like you, like Sister Yvonne, who wants to provide clean water, like Sister Esther. These things come from little, not now. If they were not there from little, forget about it. Look at you. The way you're speaking, I feel it. And I'm sure these women here, they feel it. Everybody feels it. It's
Yes.
something that your mother, your parents instill in you. And you can go away from it. And God,
Absolutely.
God made them to do it that way. So all of us here, that we have a calling. So those things come to me naturally. When I just sit out doing something, something just come. And my grandmother speaks to me a lot. So a lot of people, when I say they think that I'm a witch, my grandmother speaks to me a lot. And she's no more. One of my grandmothers is no more, but she speaks to me a
Of
lot.
course she does.
All the great companions, especially Yvonne Finn and her sister, they both are having that much of integrity,
Yes.
that how to consolidate all these things in a very perfect manner.
Because we,
What
are,
we can
we
say
have the
that
same vibration. Same
Yes.
vibration.
Yes.
so
That is so good. So thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you.
thank,
And
Thank
now,
thank
you.
you
Thank you,
to
Brother Divya. Thank you.
yes.
oh, yes. Now let me appreciate. Let's appreciate our audience. You guys are all welcome here, both the returning and the new ones. And our panelists have always been welcoming you guys here. We love you. We pray for you, and we ask that you take good care of yourself and your children.
Yes.
Let your children feel important, particularly the young girls. Make them feel important. Don't be like me that I was told that you will never amount to anything. But thank God for my grandmother. The moment they say I will never amount to anything, I fight hard to be that thing. And that's what has kept me going. I always fight to be that thing that they say I will not be. And thank God
Mhm.
that Sir Ashmufara is here promoting it. And I know that with Unpassive and with the other initiative that I'm carrying out in the United States, children all over the world, particularly the younger, will never be the same. And we all are in this. I am so happy that you guys are here because we are of the same. Otherwise, we can't sit here together. We have the same vibration, the same mindset, and the same heart towards children. Otherwise, it can't just happen like that. So thank you. Our man, Kushal, is here, our arts officer. Thank you so much, Kushal, for being here.
What has
And
happened?
doing the work that you're doing. And we have our sister Sharon. Thank you so much, Sharon, for taking the time to do what you're doing. All the things that you're creating for One Global Movement are so beautiful. And our managing director, Mr. John Barilla, is here. Thank you so much, John, for what you do for One Global Movement and Children of the World. And our sister Yvonne Finn, who is a very big supporter here in several ways, who is even the chief editor. If you guys don't know, she is very good at editing things. So you better know that. So multiplier effect. Empowering young women has a ripple effect on families, communities, and economies. When young women are educated,
You have to go on. It's cutting it off because it's
I
long.
know. Yeah. Well, I'll pick up. What am I doing here? Okay.
It's
Esther, did you get off the screen? Do I need to? Okay. Add on stage. Okay. And economically empowered, they tend to invest more in their families' well-being, including healthcare and education for their children, leading to intergenerational benefit, sustainable development. Please.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out.
Yes, go ahead. I always one thing I want to say is that I love this because a lot of young girls are suffering in the world with unwanted pregnancies, and they end up developing health issues, especially in developing countries where they don't have the good health resources to help them. In America, a child can get pregnant at 14, 15, 16, but when they have their baby, the resources, medical resources are already there. But in developing countries, it is not the case. So we need to get to every child. And so the boy needs to know, why am I wanting to sleep with this girl? Is it just to sleep? Or what do I want out of a relationship? That is very important. Imagine that if I had a baby at the age of 11, 12, 13, where would I be today? Dead. And thank God I'm not going to die. 150 years I'm going to live.
Amen. Amen.
I second that.
Okay, Surinda is saying hello to everyone, every panelist. Good afternoon, evening. John Barilla, Siri, Dr. Benny,
Everyone,
Dr. Benny, Yvonne Finn, Dr. Yvonne Finn. I'm giving you a doctor today.
Oh dear.
We're all doctors in our various capacities.
Yeah, we are so in it to win it.
Yes, and Yvonne says greetings, all attendees, always welcoming people here. Hashtag One Global Movement, where we hashtag Speak with Heart for our young people. And then that one is for you, Sister Esther.
Kedri said hello to Perseverance.
Okay, yes. And I'm going to skip right down because you guys are already welcoming everyone here.
Yeah.
We have our brother Good Time Holder, always here. Look at those beautiful ladies. This is the ladies' month. We are dancing. Hey, we all are dancing. Remember that record?
Exactly. That's waiting for passive apples. Saying Dr. Queen Sisters, good songs, beautiful ones, with all our beautiful flowers and co.
Wow. Okay. And we have Dr. Benny here. Lot of love from Dr. Benny. She's in the chat today. Thank you so much, Dr. Benny. How are you? Thank you so much for contributing from the chat. Okay.
Sister Yvonne saying greetings, smile with Dr. Benny, blessing and welcome to hashtag One Global Movement.
And our brother, one of the mentors is here, Brother Joseph Ngweneba. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. We highly appreciate the work that you're doing for One Global Movement. Thank you so much. And
Joseph is telling us, thought you were cooking for us today.
Oh my God, I cook during the weekend a lot, and we're going to cook. Don't worry, when the O-Connect is up and running, that will be our platform, especially cooking those things in Ash Mufara's restaurant. And of course, in my grandmother's farm, we're going to be cooking that. So don't worry, brother Joseph, it's coming big time. And let me go down and see. Okay, you can read that.
Melanie, saying greetings to all.
Hashtag vision, hashtag value, hashtag victory, right?
Yes.
And then you can read this one from Dr. Benny.
Dr. Benny is saying, welcome affiliates, Mr. G. Harder, Queen, Sister Yvonne Finn, Queen Dr. Mundih, Surinda, Mr. J. Barilla, Ballyhoo, Pedri, on this astonishing hashtag One Global Movement. Lots of love.
And
Thank you, Dr. Benny.
thank you, John Barilla, for everything here that you're always emphasizing. You guys, you missed last Friday. It was wonderful. It was amazing. Oh, I can't wait someday that these internet challenges with other people around the world, or the exorbitant cost that they are really charging these people. I thank God on passive Ashprofile is going to take over. We're going to take over everything. We're going to. I am just so happy
we are waiting for the day.
Yes, yes. And
Sister Yvonne said, topic today, the seeds of success in every nation of the world are best planted in and by a young woman. Do you agree? Yes, that's what we've just discussed. Yes, we agree.
I love O-Connect on passive. Fire, 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 fire. We are so in it to win it all on passive family, friends and sisters. Yes, we are so in it to win it.
John Barilla said, I agree, Yvonne. I agree with you. Let's raise up the women and the mothers through quality education.
Amen, John. Amen.
Yes. I agree as well, Sister Ballyhoo, because women are multipliers, and educating them has the ripple effect of empowering their families as well. Just watch your little girl around you. The little girl is so mature, like Yvonne said, even before time. They know how to hold the baby. Even little boys. I have a picture of a little boy who just saw this black baby, just went like this. The best picture, just holding. Nobody, you couldn't tell. You just loving a baby, just like that, naturally. So education is very, very important.
Small.
Yeah.
Nancy Jody said, good day, Dr. Mundih, Queen Yvonne Finn, Dr. Benny, Sharon, Joseph, Singh, Heather, Sirinva, sorry, I mentioned your name wrongly, John Barilla, Peggy, it's always a pleasure to be with you guys in one global movement to discuss our children. Thank you.
Yes. Hello, Melanie is also saying hello to everybody here on the panel and in the chat. We all are equally important. As I always say, feel free. We can be in the chat, just like you see Dr. Benny there. Someday she'll be on the panel. Anybody has to feel free to be on this panel, because if we are teaching the children to be included in everything, it has to start right here. You can decide. For me, there's a way I can go to the chat, I will, but it looks like I can't. I'm stuck right here on here. Otherwise, feel free to be on this stage here so that our children can feel free to come here, because we are building this for them. Or if you have any question that pertains to children in your area or your family, or anything that you want us to talk about, bring it up as well. So don't feel shy, and we don't have to be perfect, because there's no perfect human being except God. We can speak from our heart. People will understand, they will feel you.
Ashok is saying, Unpassive is my heart. And oh wow, yes, Unpassive is changing this planet.
He's very
loving it. Thank you, Ashok.
He's very, very consistent in the way he writes. Thank you so much for that. John is just encouraging people here. Feel to express yourself here in the chat with whatever occurs to you as you listen. Remember, don't feel shy, because when you feel shy, you don't express yourself. You're not teaching yourself. You're not teaching any other person. So we want to express ourselves. Let us get it wrong and then fail our way to success. Let us get it wrong, because we want to normalize failure so that our children don't feel like, oh, I fail. Oh no, I'm the worst person on earth. We don't want that for our children. You know, my son, I asked, what was your grade? I said, but why am I even asking? Whatever grade you have, that is the best that you gave in. You have not quit. You continuing to do it. That is the best. He said, I have a B+. I almost got an A, like feeling bad. I said, don't worry. He said, Mommy, but just so you know, in aerospace engineering, it's hard to get an A. You need to
it is. It is.
He's even very intelligent to get B.
Of
I'm
course.
telling you, I wouldn't get it. What am math? Oh, Lord. So
Surrender
anyway,
saying, I
yes.
am half to all poor children in the world. That's wonderful to hear.
Thank you
Thank
Yes.
so much,
you.
Surrender. Yes, thank you. We are in it together. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, I am Sidman Sankar from India. Thank you so much for being here as Sankar. We love you. Come again. And it is our responsibility to encourage everyone, because if we don't, it looks like we're being selfish using this product. Because when we encourage people, we're talking about our products. We're talking about O-CADEMY, which is very important for children, for everyone, for you and I. We have learned so much from Unpassive, and we need to give it out. If we don't share these things, then we are not helping. We're just here talking. We need to open your mouth and don't give up. If somebody says no, don't take no for a no. Take it for a yes, that the person is not ready. Tomorrow when they are ready, they will, but don't push it. Don't force people. You know, give them the option to do it when they are ready to do it. Very important.
All right.
And then
Francis
we have
D'Souza is saying you've
what
removed
am I
it.
doing? What am I doing?
Francis D'Souza is saying good evening to all from India. We are in it to win it. Thank you, Francis.
Thank you. Francis is my brother's name. You're my brother. We all are brothers and sisters anyway. Thank you. And our sister Sharon said, don't educate your children to be rich. Educate them to be happy so they know the value of things, not
That
the
is from
price.
Ballyhoo.
Very, very good. This is so true. I am just praying that our children get this, then they will not be so, even us adults. When you think too much about the money, you stress yourself out. What is the value that you're going to give to that money? Or what is the value you're going to get out of it? It is an enabler, it's a tool. Let us not take it like our life depends on it. Otherwise, you're going to be stressed out. And for me, I know too well, when they ask me, I say, yeah, I'm very rich. So when they look at the bank account, it's not yet there, but it's going to get there.
You know what? Because we laugh at that, but the Bible talks about calling things in as if they are already here, because
Yes.
they are here in the spiritual realm, right?
Yes.
So it's how we think of it. We are the creators of what we have. Call it
Yes.
You
in.
know,
So please.
even though we know it, we are still Thomas.
No, I'm not Thomas. I have it, just like Dr. Mundih. It's already here. I just don't see it.
Amen.
Yes.
Oh, for me,
I join my faith with yours.
you asked
Good.
me that because it is true. If people could just get this concept,
Yep.
don't call yourself poor.
No,
You're
never.
poor, say you're rich.
Never.
Wealth is not just money, because
It
if
is
you
not.
don't build that moral foundation, which is the basis, the foundation of all your wealth, you're fooling yourself. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to be healthy. So that moral foundation and moral upbringing is what we are talking here. It's not about to say, can I have $200? Why are you having the $200 for? What are you going to do with it?
Yeah. Besides,
And
it's a
what about
mindset. It's a mindset. It's a
mindset?
mindset.
Very,
It
very
really is.
important. Very,
Yeah.
very
Okay,
important.
Ballyhoo, push pin media is saying don't educate your children to be rich.
Yep.
Yes.
Educate them to be
To
happy.
be happy.
So
Yep.
they know the value of things, not the
Yes.
price.
Yes.
Wow.
Our brother Levi.
That's
Welcome
really
back. How are you?
interesting.
We miss
Yeah.
you, but I know that you are a family man. You were focusing on family and those children, which is number one. But thank you so much for coming back. We welcome you again. Greetings to all my family of hashtag One Global Movement. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And there you go, Esther.
Francis again. Hi, John Barilla. How are you? John, that's for you. Greetings from India, from Francis D'Souza.
There we go. Hello, our wonderful attendees and my dearest panelists. You are welcome to hashtag One Global Movement. I'll read this again for you. Dear Sister Yvonne, thank you so much for your dedication and professionalism. We appreciate you so much. Yes, Sister Yvonne. We are two Yvonne. There are millions of
Yeah,
Yvonnes
I
here.
know.
So
You have to use the initials so we can know
but
who's
we
who.
take it. No, they don't need to. We take it. We take it. Both of us can share that.
Okay, all right.
Ballyhoo, it is not what you do for your children, but what you have taught them to do for themselves.
Yes.
That will make them successful human beings.
Absolutely.
One global
Absolutely.
movement.
You know, I get so happy when some of the students that I have, including my son, they will repeat things to you. No, that has nothing to do with it. What are you doing with it? That is what matters. and I'm like, wow, these children, they're learning, which is very, very good. The family tree comes from great grandparents. We should be grateful to them. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
It is.
Yes,
and this is why we are here today doing that. So thank you so much.
Banari Mamu said, "Good evening, ma'am."
Yes.
Odisha, whatever.
Welcome,
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
So Malala is a most impactful champion of young girls, especially in the push for educating them. That she is number one. Very true. She defied all the odds and said, "Nope, I might be a Muslim, but I'm going to that school." And she got that education. So that is very, very important.
I want to be like her when I grow up.
Somebody said
you will still grow up.
Oh yeah, we are still growing. Social media. Hello, my wonderful sister. And there comes Dr. Benny.
I wholeheartedly agree with the sentiment that the seeds of success in every nation on earth are best planted in women and children. I hear you, Dr. Benny.
Thank you. You educate one girl, you educate the whole world. Lots of love from William and the children, the Seeds Academy. That's William. If it was not a woman, I wouldn't be commenting here now. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Levi says, hello to our only king here, Brother Divya Kumar. Very good evening, my wonderful brother. Yes. 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 And okay, let me see. We have this Henry Hahn. Thank you so much, brother, for being here today. We welcome you. We are here building a foundation that is going to take off on a jet plane to every child in the world. Thank you so much. Let us keep encouraging one another to be here and come here when you can. If you cannot, take care of yourself first and your family. Thank you so much for being here. And there you go, Esther.
Young women possess unique talents, perspectives, and innovative ideas that can drive positive change and innovation in various sectors. Absolutely, Dr. Benny.
Children need to know that they are enough, more than enough. And their feelings matter despite their current situation. And thank you so much, my brother Henry, because a lot of time, the parents are those who put their children down, not knowingly. Because society has made them to talk or communicate or behave in a certain way. They think, I want to be able to do that so that I can belong. You don't need to belong to nobody. You see me, I don't belong to nobody. I don't, not even my mother. I respect my mother, I love my mother, but I'm not going to belong where the things are not progressive for children. I'm not going to be a part of it because with you and God alone, you're enough and more than enough.
Yes.
So don't let nobody put some kind of restrictions on you, because that is what is killing, especially our young girls out there. And so we don't need that. So, and Esther says, #One Global Movement. Love seeing contributions from the attendees. We appreciate you all, and you are the reason we are here daily. Yes, thank you so much, Esther.
Yes,
that is so true. That is so true. I think Mr. Ashmufara would like this because we are following exactly what he wants for the world. Because 1.4 million founders, that is exactly what he wanted. And if we are not doing it, then we are
absolutely
ourselves.
Yeah. Henry said, children think everything is their fault.
Yes,
they need to know that it is not their fault if bad things happen to them.
Absolutely true. We have to be very careful of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a very good point. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you so much. Especially in a situation of divorce, children always feel that it's their fault.
Absolutely.
And they go through this torture. They're trying to fix it in their own way, in their own mind. But it takes them a long time, and it creates this loophole within them that we need to be very careful, because this is what leads children down the wrong path. So we need to really be careful with that.
Brother Divya, what are you saying? Absolutely. Dr. Yvonne Mundih is anointed. What she's doing is amazing. Amazing.
Very true.
In my head. That's what I'm doing in my head.
Look at me now. I'm following you to read. After 1 or 2 lines, I'm tired.
Okay, read. And then we have Vijay. Hello. Welcome, Vijay, to One Global Movement, where we all speak from our heart. We speak with heart for our children. And this month is International Women's Month, and we want to make sure that we empower our women, especially that beautiful woman beside you there. Empower her, empower your young girls, empower the women and young girls in your community. That is who we are here for, but children in general, because one cannot do without the other. So no child left behind is our mantle here. Thank you so much. And we have our brother, AP. Thank you so much. And thank you for attending the Barilla International group with me this morning. I highly appreciate that. And thank you for your engagement and for your lecture, teaching us about this high technology. I really highly appreciate you. And we have this pink hand waving, finger red number, one finger red number. Thank you so much for that reading. We highly appreciate you, Surrender. Thank you so much. And Henry says, emotionally immature women who have children may not be capable of providing the love and nurturing that they need to develop properly. Love you all. It's true. I have seen young girls who have babies and throw them in the toilet. Toilet. And now they have to really break that pit toilet to remove those babies, and all the maggots are in the nose and everywhere. Imagine. I have seen it. I'm not just talking. And so this is what they go through. They are scared, not because they are bad people. They are scared because, first of all, we shun our children when they get pregnant. We say, I sent you to school, you went and got pregnant. When you say that to children, you don't know what is going on in their heads, in their mind. We don't have to say that. When that child comes, we now start educating them with the children. That is why One Global Movement is going to be opening homes, especially for single mothers, so that we can educate them, because they don't know. They're not bad people. Things happen to them. So we don't want, I've seen it. Not that I've seen it. Even the police came, she was crying, you know. She put the child in the pit toilet, and then when I started crying, that I was scared. So the baby's in the pit toilet.
Yes, but it happens. It happens here, Dr. Mundih.
Yes,
you're probably talking about the developing countries, but it happens right here in this opulent society, because we put such fear in these young women. Like it's the 21st century, for heaven's sake. So can you just imagine what happened in the 19th century or earlier? They would kill themselves as well. They wouldn't just kill the baby.
We are here. Those of us who have the mindset to bring that change, we are following Mr. Ashmafari.
Absolutely.
O-CADEMY.
Absolutely.
O bless. O woman. O play. O connect. O capture. O what? O child. O child has not been there yet. That O child has been there.
And O joy.
Oh, joy.
Yes.
On joy, yes. Mr. Ashmafara has to put all child there for One Global Movement.
Yes.
That's what we're going to advocate for. Yes. Got to do that, because, you know, it happens everywhere in different magnitude, just like you say. It's very, very true. Thank you so much, Brother Henry. I love your contribution a lot. Thank you. We should be able to help them cherish their visions and their dreams, as they are children of our souls. We look, this thing cuts through my chest. We look after them as they are the blueprints of our ultimate achievement.
Yes, they are.
Thank you so much. Yes, we're going to do this together, and nobody knows it all. We all pitch in together like we are doing here, and we do it. And now, before you know, OnPassive is reaching out to everywhere in the world through us. This is what it means. This is what Mr. Ashmafara means. They should be robbed of any kind of...
They should not. She left out a word, I think. They should not be robbed of any kind of good opportunities in this life. We should be their role models.
Yes.
Always.
Their parents, always. Thank you so much. And we have Nixon. How are you, Brother Nixon? Thank you so much for being here. We are here for children. And of course, you cannot be for children without the families, with the focus on the young woman. Those of us who are on the disadvantage, and that's why I'm not giving up. I don't care who says what. I don't care which government says what. I'm not giving up, because if my grandmother did not stand up for me, I would not be here today. I will not. And so I'm going to stand up for all children with a focus on the young woman. I can't wait for bless brother, hashtag OnPassive Henry Horn. And we pray hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag bless, hashtag All Kids Matter, hashtag One Global Movement Hugs. No hashtag no child left behind. Hashtag on passive. Hashtag Ash Mufare. I added that there. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Always.
Because I don't know any other person that has ever done this to me. I don't know
Nope.
about you, but
There
that's
hasn't been any. No.
Hello, Melanie. Thank you so much. I will definitely join you always. Thank you so
Isn't
much.
that
But
nice?
do
Yes.
it when you're comfortable, and do
Yeah.
it when your children must have eaten well and they are comfortable. All right.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much for that pledge to join us. I highly appreciate that. Thank you so much. And we have Nixon. Nixon. Oh, I read that already, right?
Yes.
And goodbye to all. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Thank you so, so much. Goodbye, and we'll see you again. Remember, we go twice a day at 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime and at 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Choose and pick whatever you want to do, because even if you don't come here, we are still going to be here. This thing will be recorded, because the children always go to YouTube and they are always fascinated, because their families, somebody has an organization in Nigeria, youth organization, about 30 something people really went into One Global Movement and subscribed. And they so love it. They're using it now to also teach their own.
Oh.
Yes.
Mhm.
So what we are doing here is not a joke. And we want
No.
to really hear good results like that they are using it. And who is
Mhm.
this? Wow. Very nice. Hello. Hello. Please, if you want to put your real name here, because we are dealing with children, we want children to know your real name, and all of us, and we want things that are pure, clean, and safe. So we would
Yes.
like your name here next time, okay? But thank you so much for being here today. We highly appreciate you. And Sharon says, I won the lottery when I became on,
Yes.
on
Yes.
passive
Yes.
family. I want to. I am now rich with a big hashtag on passive family and One Global Movement, hashtag O Bless, hashtag One Love. See, in the wildest dream, Brother Divya would not have known that you would meet a woman like me. I would not have known. And I met him, just so you know, through an accidental call. I picked up the phone. I saw this. I said, but who is this? I called. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. He said, no, 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 no. Don't hang up. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. God wanted it to be this way. And today, he introduced me
Yeah.
to the Barat International Group. And look at, this is how things happen. Everything
Yes.
happens for a reason. In fact, that was not an accidental call, like he puts it, which is true. That is the reason why we are here today. Look at, the little boy is part of us now, attending this webinar sometime with us. So
Yeah.
these are the blessings we are talking about, not just those things that we learn from Hollywood people, you know. Hello,
No.
everyone. Thank you so much. Our brother Momodu is in the house. We welcome you here, brother. We appreciate you. Wow, it's a lot of things here. Let me go down. Okay. I think I call everybody. So thank you guys so much. And AP says thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Let us keep doing. Remember, to build generational wealth, if you see people having their companies for 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years, it's not because it was now. They want it now. What amount of work have you put in non-passive to want it now? What amount of work have you put in One Global Movement to want it now? What amount of work have I put in these panelists and this audience to want it now? It goes both ways, vis-a-vis. It goes both ways. So it is very, very important that we keep following Mr. Ash Mufara and doing the right thing. And before we can be able to also help ourselves here in One Global Movement. So thank you guys so much. You are all making a huge difference. Thank you so much, Brother Henry. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to close for the day. Bye-bye. Goodbye, everyone. But remember to stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities, okay? Unpassive has come with an ocean of opportunities where everybody has a spot to fit in. If you don't fit in, it means you have not yet changed your mind to fit in. You need to change your mind to fit in, and we are here to stay. We're going to be a household name. Unpassive One Global Movement. Unpassive One Global Movement. A household name in all of the world. Watch.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
Okay, you're still on.